Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honor, seed apostles, elders, and brothers on down at the great millstone. Shalom and salutations to the hopefully elect. This is your brother, Rai Banyamian, here to share another lesson. This one will be called Food Illness is on the Rise. As you all see the article here, sources, the NBC News, says nearly 100 have been hospitalized, but Daily Harvest still don't know what's making people sick. That's their product company. Written by Daniela Silva. Was written July 15th, yesterday, 2022, 7:41 p.m. DAT. Subheading says the FDA said that 96 hospitalizations and 277 illnesses have been reported by people who ate the company's frozen lentil and leek crumbles. Now, with all the the meat shortages and stuff, and people that is unknown amongst the people where some of these meat that is remaining is coming from, if they are lab grown, or if the current beef or chicken is being mixed with other defiled foods. More and more people are looking to vegetarian alternatives. You know what I'm saying? What I've seen is, especially like with the bread. One time I went shopping and I went to get some bread, and pretty much all the bread selection were past expiration date. Some 2 weeks and some 1 week, and I got away with buying one that was 1 or 2 days before the expiration date. You know what I'm saying? So the freshness of a lot of products are going away. A lot of companies and stuff are downsizing both labor and products due to ingredient shortages, right? So some places are either updating their label, they're not changing the bread product or the expired product, but they're replacing the label and extending the expiration date on it, even though the product in the package or the can is still the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of food in circulation, it's already expired, and this is where a lot of foodborne germs and pathogens and stuff, will cause people to get sick on consumption. So reading the article is quite lengthy. I'll just read a little bit on down. Share scriptures and a prayer that I use when when I'm about to consume food and beverage. It says nearly 100 people have been hospitalized. Hundreds became ill after consuming a lentil-based product from Daily Harvest. Remember, one of those politicians was saying to eat more lentils or something like that. I think it was I think it was Klaus Schwab. He was saying I think it was one. If it's not him, but somebody was saying to eat more lentil beans or something to that effect. But this is a lentil-based product, and people are getting sick by it already. It says nearly 100 people have been hospitalized, and hundreds became ill after consuming a lentil-based product from Daily Harvest. The Food and Drug Administration said, citing complaint reports, as more lawsuits have been filed against the popular vegan food company, including one on behalf of an infant who was breastfeeding. As of Thursday, 96 hospitalizations and 277 illness events around the country have been reported to the FDA. The agency said on its website the FDA is investigating complaints of gastrointestinal illnesses and abnormal liver function related to Daily Harvest French lentil and leek crumbles frozen product. The FDA said the last resort of someone becoming ill, the last report of someone becoming ill was July the 9th. Daily Harvest initiated a voluntary recall of the product last month after customers began to complain of becoming sick. Some reported elevated liver enzymes, hospitalizations, as well as gallbladder removal. Lord have mercy. It's the product right here. If y'all, Akim and Aquat consume this, it's a good idea to discontinue it, for the time being, at least until something comes of it. But the scriptures did tell us that we eat our bread defiled amongst the heathen in the book of Ezekiel 4:13. Let's see if I can get a real quick. Yeah, it says, and the Lord said, Yahweh Shai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, where I will drive them. So everywhere, we go, whether the meat is mixed or, it have, I think yeast in certain foods defiled, the bread, which is better to eat the bread without yeast and other, like fungi, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the diet that we consume is a chemical diet. Some people, they would try to eat less fast food and more of the whole food or the organic, and even the organic food is defiled and make you sick, because of the chemicals in it. They're still likely to catch tumors and different various forms of cancers and stuff. At the end of the day, we are literally at the mercy of the Most High. For when we consume our these food, we don't know a week later or a couple of days later what we may fall sick from. So this is why it's important to ask a lot of mercy every day. Even the air that we breathe, the stuff that they are spraying in the sky, that we are breathing in, these are different aluminums and bariums and stuff. So like I said, is at the mercy of the Lord, man, that we are still alive to this day. And this is why it's not good to live in pride, because the Most High, He can destroy us at any time, especially consuming these foods and stuff, Continuing on, it says the company said this week that it is committed to finding answers and is doing comprehensive testing to rule out potential causes, but that thorough scientific process requires extensive laboratory analysis. 2 lawsuits were filed against the company and the product's manufacturer this week on behalf of 2 children, including a 4-month-old who was said to have gotten sick from the product. The baby and her mother became ill and were hospitalized after the mother ate the lentil-based product at the end of May and beginning of June, according to a lawsuit filed in the Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of New York. Beginning May 25th, the infant experienced vomiting, diarrhea, screaming, and dark urine after her mother consumed the product and breastfed her, the lawsuit said. So it's transferable. After consuming the product again in June, the baby's mother was hospitalized with extreme abdominal pain and gastrointestinal distress from June 8th to the 15th, the suit said. At the time, the infant also began having symptoms of fever, vomiting, and gastrointestinal distress, the suit said, adding the mother continued to breastfeed during her hospitalizations on the advice for doctors who did not know what the cause of the illness was. Yet the nurse was transferring the nutrients to the child that caused the illness. The infant was seen by a physician on June 27, where tests shown high liver enzymes, and she was hospitalized on June 25th before being released the next day with ongoing tests and monitoring from experts, the lawsuit said. Alright. So yeah, man, to the brothers and sisters, avoid this product, as much as possible. And before that, when you're buying anything, it's good to ask your lot to direct you, either to read the labels or to, pick at least the best product as possible, and also to to pray over your food, because like the other apostle said, a lot of people is carrying around different cancers. They have cancers and stuff, and they don't know it, and a lot of it is due to the diet, what I'm saying. So a lot of time people just picking the best out of the worst situation that they could find, the best out of the rotten apples, I guess, in the barrel, because we're eating a chemical diet. So one of the things I use, one of the prayers that I say, which is very helpful, and at the end of the day it's up to the mercy of Yahweh Shai. But one of the prayers that I say over my food before I eat, and also thanking him for providing this food, is this prayer that I say here. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Baba Kasha. You say that 3 times. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Barak is blessed. Zah is this. Makal is food, Maahkal. Wa is an. Shatar is drink, Shatah. That's a drink. And if you're drinking now, yan, it could be Kazakh, which is strong drink. Kazakh Shatar. Kazakh is Chaazaq, which is strong, and Shatar is Shathah. So I be for consuming a meal, I just say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Baba Kasha Baba Kasha Baba Kasha Barak Zah Makal Washatah, and then also thank him before and after consuming the meal, so that he will have mercy upon us, because like I said, a lot of the food is coming defiled. It has these different fruits and vegetables. It has chemicals on it, which is difficult to wash off with just water only. I think you gotta use like either baking soda or vinegar or something like that to wash some of the chemicals off of like your cucumbers and your apples and your grapes and stuff. The grapes is a little bit difficult because it's a harder. It's a it's smaller and it's softer than like your apples, where you can like rub it off and stuff. So again, avoid this product as much as possible. And even in the other products that we buy that we don't see the different chemicals and potential dangers in them, it's almost like everything you gotta buy at the grocery now. You gotta you gotta walk with your smartphone and check everything, all the chemicals or whatever the ingredients. There are different paragraph of ingredients that they have on the labels. So our greatest defense is that of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. So if you use that prayer, use it in faith. Also ask the Most High for understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, to help you buy the products that is good for your health, So, Lord willing, this was edified. This is your brother I Banyamian again. And tell her this article was food illness is on the rise, So hopefully the prayer that I posted was edifying. That it's good to, to pray and also say the Lord's Prayer in conjunction with it. All right. So although we are trying to keep our garments as white as possible, we also would like to keep, a healthy mind and a healthy body, a healthy temple for the Most High. All right. So Lord, within you are edified. Again, this is your brother Rai Banyamyan, and I say Shalom.